Justin Trudeau sent the Royal Canadian Navy for a port visit in Havana, Cuba, to celebrate the communist dictatorship in Havana. Now, Cuba is an ally of Russia and have endorsed Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. So it isn't bad enough that our Navy is being used as pawns to celebrate the communist regime in Cuba, but they are actually in port alongside the Russian Federation Navy. This is a slap in the face to Canadian Ukrainians. It's a slap in the face to our Ukrainian allies. And I know that our Navy doesn't appreciate being used to go out there and lead Congo lines rather than standing out on principle against these type of authoritarian regimes. Everything continues to prove that Justin Trudeau, Bill Blair, and Melanie Joly are incompetent and have continued to embarrass Canada on the world stage. Now, we have been fighting for our Canadian Armed Forces, as well as our ally, Ukraine. Now, Pierre Poilievre called on the government back in February of this year to deliver our 83,000 surplus CRV-7 rockets to Ukraine so that Ukraine can stop Putin's barbaric invasion. The Liberals finally have sent the first 2,000. But Ukraine asked for these last November, and if it wasn't for Conservatives putting pressure on Trudeau and his Liberals, they would have gone to the scrap heap rather than going to aid Ukrainian soldiers defend their own country. At the Defense Committee, Conservatives have been fighting to increase artillery shell production in this country. Chief of Defense Staff General Wayne Eyre told our committee that right now Canada has less than 3 days worth of ammo sitting in storage. And we know, based upon the usage of shells in the war in Ukraine, that we have to dramatically increase ammunition production in Canada. And the Liberals have had 30 months to do this since war broke out in Ukraine and have only just started to look at signing contracts to make sure that our defense industry can produce these much needed shells to defend us here at home, to defend the Canadian Armed Forces who are stationed in Latvia, and when possible, support our allies like Ukraine.